Hello everyone, Happy New Year. It is now the 1st of January 2021. So you've probably seen the preamble to this video, and that is the chili seed challenge that I'm going to enter into with my twin sister Dolores. Now, the chili seeds are ones I got with Gurmeet in Kuala Lumpur a couple of years ago, and I'm almost finished all my seed. This is all I have left. So hopefully plant some seeds, get some plants, grow some new chilies, then during the summer I can dry them out and I should have enough dried chilies to last me next year. So first thing we're going to do is get some seeds out of the chilies. Hang on. Now this is a jar I keep my seeds in. It's a kilner jar, seals very nicely, stops any mould getting in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a couple of seeds and a couple of chilies, that is, and open them up, extract the seeds, and what I'll do is I'll plant them out. Small one. Let's try that. So basically, just get the seeds out. You can tear it apart if necessary. I mean, this is the way I would de-seed them if I was cooking with them. And my partner Pip, she's not very keen on too hot food, so I usually take the seeds out so she can have the food as well. Okay, so I reckon I've got enough seeds there. And what I'm going to do, I wish I'd have put them on a piece of paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant all these seeds. And once they all come up, I'm going to save maybe the 10 best seedlings. Then out of those 10 best seedlings, once I grow them on, once they get to about 6 inches tall, I'll keep the 5 best and use them for the challenge. So the challenge is, you can sow as many seeds as you like, but we're only counting the chilies from 5 chili plants. And the challenge is going to run from the 1st of January to, I think we agreed, the 1st of October. And there's also going to be a size limit of the chilies. The only chilies that are going to be able to count for the challenge are chilies which are a certain longer than a minimum length. So basically about 4 centimetres. The chili's got to be greater than 4 centimetres before it can be counted for the chili challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these seed trays up, put some chili seeds in, cover them up, water them. Then I'm also going to do some leeks. These are the leeks I'm going to be planting this year. They're from Thompson & Morgan and they're Autumn Giant 2. So I'm going to do a container with leeks and a container with red onions. You may already know that I've got my white onions and my garlic in the ground, but I don't usually do red onion sets because I find they bolt too easily. So I'm going to try for the first time is grow some red onions from seed. So I'll get a tray of these in. Then once I've got these in 3 trays, I'll take this propagator down to the conservatory and I'll plug it in. This is a heated propagator. I'll plug it in and hopefully there'll be enough, well, there's not enough sunlight at the moment, but hopefully by the time the seedlings come out, there'll be enough sunlight to keep them growing without them getting too leggy. Okay, so I'm going to take my first propagator tray and just fill it with some compost. Now we've gone back into a stricter lockdown. We've gone into tier 3 here in Exeter. So all non-essential shops are now closed. So I can't get any fresh seed compost. But what I will do, at the moment, I'll just use this spent compost. It has got some plant feed in it, some chicken manure pellets in it. But the seeds should contain enough food and energy, if you like, to get the seedlings grown. And hopefully by the time they're big enough to pot on, the shops will be open and I'll be able to get some decent seedling compost. So I'm going to take my glove off. And I'm just going to scatter all these seeds around. I'll separate them out a bit. Now, these seeds are they're 3 years. The actual chilies were bought almost 3 years ago, so I have no idea if these seeds are still viable or whether this is going to be a waste of time. But I suppose if you don't try, you'll never know. So we'll give it a try anyway, and we'll see what comes. As I says, because we don't know what the germination rate is like, might as well put in all these seeds and see what we get. We can discard any ones that we don't need. The seeds are free anyway. I've got a whole jar of them, and yeah, it's not going to matter if I waste a few seeds. If these don't germinate on the first time, what I'll do is in a few weeks' time I'll open up a few more chilies and try again. So nothing's wasted. I'll just put some, lightly so, some compost over the top. Smooth it off, tamp it down. And give it some water. Now, chilli seeds won't grow in the temperatures in the UK, especially at this time of the year, and they need a long season. So the reason for starting them off so early is because they need a long season. Otherwise you'll get the plants ready at the end of the summer and there won't be enough time for the fruit to set. So by starting these off and using a heated propagator, this will heat the soil up to a temperature that will allow the seeds to germinate. I've already made out a label and the date. Looks like someone got a label making machine for Christmas. And I'll stick that in there, put the lid on it, and I'll just close this vent. And I'll get on and do the next ones. So the next one's going to be the red barn. Now I don't actually use a lot of red onions in cooking, but it's nice to have a change now and again. And I've had mixed results from sets. So I'm going to try from seeds this year. And yet again, onions, they need a long season to grow to their full size. So I'll start these off in the propagator. Then what I'll do is once I get seedlings to a decent size, I will put them on onto something slightly bigger, maybe a cell tray or something, and eventually come the spring I shall plant them out. There's just a seed stuck up here in the corner. So I don't actually need a lot of these. I'm only going to do maybe a dozen or so. As usual, the onion seeds are small little black seeds. There's maybe about, I don't know, 20 in there, so we'll just put all these in and we'll see what we get. Just fold the rest up, keep them dry, and they can be used next year. Just cover them over. Excuse me. Oh, some dust up my nose. Just tamp it down slightly. Water. Stick a label in it. And that's that one done. Last but not least, the leeks. Now, my leeks at the allotment at the moment are just getting ready to be picked out. I think I delayed getting them in the ground, but they're a reasonable size now. Not giants by any means, but they're good enough to pick and eat. So, but this is the time when you want to start getting your leeks in for next year. These ones are autumn giant too. So we'll get these started next year. A lot of people do these in you see them doing them in big polystyrene tubs, boxes. Well, sadly I don't have one of those. So what I'll do is I'll get them started off in this. Once they're a reasonable size, I'll prick them out, put them in something bigger. Then this year, because I've got the greenhouse up, I'll put them in the greenhouse, which should be a lot warmer than, and get more light than this potting shed. Again, with the onion seeds, small black seeds. So I'll just sprinkle these just over the compost like I did with the onion seeds, and hopefully by this time next year I shall be pulling out leeks as thick as my arm. It says on the back, performs outstandingly well, whether sown early or late, and does well over long seasons. Matures in October, yet stands ready for harvest right through to May. Thick, high quality, long and very heavy stems of an excellent mild flavour and yield with few bolters. Brilliant. Sounds about right. Let's just cover these up. The allotment at the moment has been freezing here for the past couple of days in Exeter, so we had a lot of rain last week, and this week the temperatures have really dropped, so I'm just giving it a miss. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so I'm just giving it a miss from spending all day outside. So I think we're going to watch a movie later this afternoon and maybe finish off the rest of the mince pies or Christmas cake, something like that. So watering down gets the compost in direct contact with all the seeds. I don't know if that'll focus. Yeah, there we go. What I'm trying to. So there you go. So that's my 3 seed trays ready now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these down to the conservatory, put it on the windowsill and plug it in. Can't do it in here because we've got no electricity in this shed, but the conservatory gets more light than this shed as well. Well, thank you for watching this, everyone. What I'll do now is I'll post, straight after this bit of the video, I will post up the rules and conditions for the friendly challenge with my twin sister, so that come October there is no haggling over what was included and what can be included and what can be excluded. So I'll just put up the conditions for the competition, and that's it. All it leaves me to do is wish everyone a very happy and prosperous and safe 2021, and I shall do regular updates with these chilies at the end of every month and let you know how it's gone on. Stay safe, everyone, and thanks for watching.